Hi, this is Ashio, and welcome back to Roman's Christmas. It is Boxing Day. Christmas Day was an interesting one. One of the guests of the tavern kind of attacked the other one. He's now been tied up and thrown into the cellar, and the guy who was the victim is kind of unconscious and still hasn't woken up. So everyone felt a little bit tired. Everybody took some sleeping pills to help them sleep, and it's going to be the next day. Hopefully everybody's recovering okay from their Christmas celebrations. Yeah, Boxing Day. When I was a pup, my father always gave me a slate to donate to the church today. He'd always say the intention is more important than the amount. He asked me to donate it, mainly because the amount was sort of pathetic. The clergy would roll their eyes if he did it himself. I feel so tired, but I just woke up. What's going on? I tried to reach for the open window. The wind sucked all the heat from the room. Weird. Window should be closed. I got up and sat on the side of the bed. The front of my head was pounding. My nostrils felt like they were stuffed with cotton. I couldn't smell or even breathe. I closed the window. The movement pushed away the snow on the sill. My head hurts. Maybe some food can help me get better. So the doctor, he gave everyone a little bit of sleeping potion, and I think that's really done us over. Are you awake now? Sarzan saw me walking down the stairs and gestured to a nearby table. There was a plate of white bread with some roast meat from last night, a scoop of gravy and a cup of cider. First decent breakfast I had the whole time I've been here, and now I can't smell anything. Figures. Have a good one. It looks like everyone else has eaten and broken off into little groups to talk. I dipped a piece of bread into the gravy and ate. I should probably talk to some of the others when I'm done, gauge how everyone's feeling. Okay, we had our food, so I guess we should chat with this lot. Who do you want to talk to? Let's talk to Elegant. Elegant sat alone beside the fireplace, sipping the contents of her mug. Morning. Morning. Elegant set her mug aside. Tell us about your client. Why did you come up with that conclusion last night? Which conclusion? You'll have to be a bit more specific. You said that one of the Noble brothers is still alive? That was my conclusion, yeah. Are you interested? The mysterious client might be out of truth or affected. I'm going to say affected. The client has been affected by the case. That's putting it lightly, to say the least. If the matter is being investigated after a decade, then it must be of great importance. You mean your client might be the one who survived? Unlikely, but I guess it's plausible. Okay, about your list of names, please tell us. At least one person with a crossed out name survived. You doubt me even now. As I said before, I'm investigating my own affairs. I'd be more inclined if I managed to leave here unscathed. I would be careful, you may end up being the next target. A healthy and clever detective is a significant threat to any criminal. I'm hardly healthy or clever right now, and haven't recovered from last night. Okay, about Vincel's motive. By the way, what do you think his motive was? He knocked out Anzox, and you didn't really say why. I think it would be better to ask him directly before I offer any speculation. He's still alive after all. You need not even go down into hell to ask his ghost. Let's talk to someone else. I stepped away. Elegant picked up her mug again. Take care. So let's talk to maybe Heron. I don't like Heron. He's a bit of an untrustworthy person, I think. I sat beside him. A blessed morning to you, my child. Morning to you too. Heron looked anxious, and his cup-holding hand was shivering. Are you okay? Two horrible incidents this close to Christmas. Rough circumstances brings out the worst in people. Like when a bunch of strangers are trapped in a limited space. This must be God's punishment. Seriously. In this holy time, God walks upon the land, and the unrighteous are devoured by their sin and iniquity, as is only just. How in the hell does that sound just? Last I checked, being imperfect didn't exactly count as a sin. Or are you saying that Cain and Anzox deserved what happened to them? Oh, no, you're right, detective. I apologise, it just has to be a coincidence, yeah. Oh, okay. Leave this guy. Talk to Sola. I haven't really spoken to her properly. Lunik was asleep at one of the tables, while Sola sat at the counter. As I approached, I saw her gingerly pick up the coat that had begun slipping down Lunik's back. She tucked a few stray strands of her hair under her hat, looked around, and noticed my approach. Oh, good morning, detective. Sola turned to me and smiled. Now I kind of miss her smell. Oh, morning, Marquise. How are you doing about Lunik? Sorry for my presumption, but how do you feel about the Marquis? You got a sharp nose, Mr. Detective. I tried not to sniffle too loudly, but she quickly appended. Metaphorically, of course. How do I feel? Well, my husband is very responsible. He cares greatly for his holdings in the Vale, and he even handles many of the matters personally. Wasn't that what you two were arguing about? Some of our peers think it's a weakness, but I disagree. And while we do bicker from time to time, he always apologises afterward. Okay, as long as you're okay with it. About yourself? I can't help but be curious about you. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? What's your interest? This is the first time we've spoken to her properly. A lady with lots of stories then, I wonder. Whereabouts are you from? Yeah, from the south, the Principality of Cordoba. I believe it used to be called the Kingdom of Stripes. Because of the tigers, I assume? Indeed. Oh, I've been away from home for too long. I miss Cordoba now and then, especially on cold nights like these. Oh, pardon my moment of nostalgia. No problem. About the tavern. How do you feel about the White Star? It's quite pleasant, despite the recent incidents. It's not exactly luxurious, but the bed linens are soft and it's well kept. I'm surprised by how good the food is, if I might be honest. I'm usually not one for taverns, but this might be the exception. The security issues may need some attention, however. Yeah, that's a fair point. So, talk about last night. So, have you and the Marquis made up after last night? Oh, I do hope our argument didn't disturb you. Sola concealed her expression with a handkerchief. Okay, we'll leave it there then. I think I'll leave Sola to tend to her sleeping husband. Let's talk to someone else. Let's go somewhere else. Map. Where to? There's no one else in the hall. Let's have a quick brush up. Go to the bathroom, comb my hair. I look like a haystack. I'm a mess. Oh, Peter's in here. Peter jumped up from the mirror as I opened the door. Haven't you heard about knocking, dude? Sorry, I didn't know you were in here. You scared me. Peter clutched at his chest and was breathing heavily. Okay, he looks really rattled. How are you doing? I gently patted Peter's head, trying not to mess up his hair, you know. Peter's ears twitched, but he seemed to calm down. Let's talk. Are you okay? I'm still scared. Lulic kept watch last night. Nothing happened. What are you afraid of now? It's true, but I'm still... Maybe you should go ask Sazan for a stiff drink to calm you down. Maybe, yeah. Let's talk about fairness. When you were talking about equality in Apollyon, you weren't just talking about species, were you? Certainly not. For example, the nobility have the right to refuse searches and can only be judged by fellow nobles. What do you mean? I mean that common-born judges literally can't sit in judgment over the nobility. But a lot of judges have noble titles. But it still doesn't make it fair. Besides, common folk like us usually end up with harsher punishments too. Okay, about the letter. We were going to write a letter for him, weren't we? By the way, did you have time to write that letter? Well, let me think about it first. I might come up with some ideas tomorrow or something, but thanks. Okay, we'll leave him to it. I closed the door quietly and went back to the hall. We'll leave him to it. Shall we check out the cellar? Is this wise? Vincel was sitting in a worn chair, his head bowed and his hands bound. He squinted and turned away from the bright light coming from the door. Are you taking me to court, my good detective? No, just gonna have a chat. About your motive, dude, you gotta let slip. What is going on with you? I'm guessing you're not gonna tell me why you tried to kill Anzox? Would it earn me a clemency if I did? Probably not. Then no, you have nothing to offer, and I've no interest in satisfying your petty curiosity. I could contact some of my acquaintances in the district tribunal if you want. Wow, splendid. It seems all that talk about justice and law really is just nonsense. Or maybe you're just asking so you can indulge in some sick fetish of yours. No? Huh, interesting. Punishment then. Do you have any idea what your sentence is going to be? Spend the night in jail, pay a fine at court, and then go about my business. Better than listening to you while stuck in the cold dark cellar. Okay. So, we don't know. It's a mystery. So I guess we'll have to go and maybe talk to Sazan? Sazan leaned against the stove and sighed. How are you doing? About Vincel down there. How's he doing? Still alive, last I checked. By the way, if you go into the cellar, take this to him. Sazan handed me a plate with a slice of stale bread and a few chunks of cold stewed liver. That is disgusting. How about Anzox? Is he okay? Thrivy said he's fine, so there shouldn't be any serious issues. Although I kinda miss listening to his lute at night. How's your sleep yourself? It took a while, but yeah, at least I'm not so nervous now. Good. Okay, I guess now we got the food, we can go back to the cellar. Got you some breakfast. Oh, you're here just to yell at me again. No, got you some food. Oh, thanks. I raised the plate beside his face. His jaws snapped at empty air a few times before he finally bit down on the bread. I considered just holding the bread to his mouth so he could eat it more easily, but he pulled the entire piece into his mouth and chewed quietly. Finishing the bread, Vincent glared at the plate and then turned his head away. Are you full? Hardly, my good detective, but I'd rather starve than eat cold, half-cooked liver. I mean, it is a point, but I think that is all we can talk about. So let's go maybe back upstairs. We haven't seen Ionis, I don't think. So maybe we'll have a knock. There's still some time till 9 o'clock. I can chat with some of the others before waking Ionis up. Okay, can I go upstairs then? Go to the attic. Thrivy was reading his heavy book beside Anzox's bed. So, what do you want to chat with? Can we talk to Anzox even though he's probably still unconscious? He's still laying there. Perhaps some sort of stimulus could wake him up. He should be awake by now. I wonder why he isn't. Let's pull his tail. I tugged on it. It didn't come free, like a gecko's. You don't just rip his tail off, don't do that. Okay, I'm gonna play your lute, dude. I picked up the lute and plucked a string. Anzox's tail twitched. Oh, he moved. It seems that was slightly effective. Can we play it some more then? It twitched to the other side, so his tail is the only moving part. Keep playing. Keep playing. It trembled a little. He's too lazy to move. Keep playing. I plucked a string. Anzox didn't move. No? Okay, I guess we'll have to leave it there. Put his tail again. It didn't come free like a gecko's. No, he's out cold. So let's talk to Thrivy. How is he doing? Very much the same as the last time you asked, I'm afraid. Oh, good. In case you're wondering, the quality of my sleep improved dramatically without his constant lute strumming. If I didn't know any better, I would have suspected that Thrivy was drugging Anzox so he could sleep better. I couldn't blame him though. It's kind of harsh. Let's talk about Christmas. So much for my Christmas vacation. I do appreciate your work, Detective. Same. I imagine you weren't expecting to be a coroner over Christmas. Okay. I guess that's about it. So let's go back downstairs. Let's move. I don't think there's anybody else we can talk to, is there? Everybody else is either downstairs, dead. We'll try Ionis again. Maybe. No response. Ionis, hello? Still no response. That's a new record, even for him. Maybe Thrivy gave him too much last night. That's not possible. Thrivy clambered down the ladder. I only gave him 3 drops, so he should be awake by now. Is it possible that he's so sensitive to the medication that a small dosage would keep him knocked out for this long? I sincerely doubt it, not with how much he drinks. Anyway, let's take a look. Sarzan removed the key from his chain and opened Ionis's door. What is going on? The air inside the room was freezing cold. Gusts of frigid wind howled through the window like an angry ghost. The normally pungent smell of blood was whisked away by the snowy wind, to the point where it was untraceable. Ionis was lying on the bed. His chest was covered with rusty blood, mixed with icy crystals like snow. Sarzan recoiled as if he'd been struck, the keychain clattering onto the carpet. The window swung weakly in the wind, letting out a shrill creaking noise with each sway. Sarzan leaned against the wall, wide-eyed and breathing heavily. Why? Why Ionis? Detective, I'll take Sarzan downstairs. Can you take care of the scene, please? I'm fine, I just need a few minutes. Sarzan sat in the corridor, eyes unfocused and distant. I'll inspect the body then. Thrivy stepped through the door, stretched out Ionis's bed linen and covered his body. Another murder. I need the keys first of all. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, so Ionis got killed. I don't even know why. Because most of the victims, they're just kind of the people who hang around like the tavern. Which is kind of weird. So let's talk. Sarzan is leaning against the wall at the corner. Are you really okay? Oh, I'm fine. Even a rookie could tell that Sarzan was trying to put up a brave front. About the ladder, is it fixed? Yeah, but I think the track was deformed because of the fall. So, so there will be a lot of noise when the ladder moves. Is it loud? Loud enough that you could probably hear it if the tavern's quiet. That's interesting. About Ionis. Had you noticed that Ionis was acting strange? I don't think so. I mean, he paid for his room and everything. I meant otherwise. Like, anything out of character? I'd say it was pretty normal, for him, I mean. I see. Roommate. Wait, did Ionis have a tab, or was he behind on his room payments? Why do you ask? He asked me for money last night. He told me he couldn't pay for his room. What? I clearly told him I'd charge him the same price as the other rooms, and I never reminded him of this. It's weird. So he wanted money. Special things. Did you notice anything else that was strange? No, except that I slipped and fell on the stairs this morning. The spiral stairs in the hall? Yeah. Why? Probably because I was tired. I swore I felt something slippery, and then my foot slipped. When was that? 7 o'clock. I usually get up around the same time, about an hour earlier than the residents. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look around in case there's something obvious. So here is the rope. From here to the end, there are Kane, Harry, and Peter and Sean's rooms. Kane and Sean's rooms are no longer occupied because they are dead. Over here. From here you got Vincel, Elegant, and Ionis's room. Vincel's room is already empty. Ionis's will soon be the same. Oh man, we are dropping like flies. Up here? The ladder to the loft was under maintenance recently. Anything else? Lunik and Solar's room. Alright. So, I guess we need to explore. Let's check everybody's rooms just to be safe. In case anyone's got any evidence or something different or new. Names haven't changed, so it looks like Elegant did stop this behaviour. Okay. So she was investigating everybody and crossing out people's names when they were no longer suspicious. Vincel's room. Well, this guy is in the basement. Elegant, what are you doing here? Well, I just went downstairs to inform everybody, and now I'm here to assist you with the search. Okay, so let's talk. Got any clues? No, not really. What happened to helping me with the search? Did I say it was finished? Okay, can I search here? This is all Vincel's stuff. Giant chest, I wonder if it's ever being touched. Not sure. The bed? Vincel's bed. Shame he can't use it anymore. Yeah, he's stuck in the basement. And here? The drawer's still empty. Elegant should have this checked. Okay, so I guess we'll leave Elegant to it. Got any clues? No, not at the moment. So yeah, we'll leave her to it, and we'll keep exploring. So at the minute, Ionis is dead, and the only person who probably definitely didn't do it is Vincel, because he's been locked in the cellar the entire time. Let's search our stuff, in case somebody's been through here before. This is the evidence from my last case and the notebook I kept notes in. Better have a double check, since the window was open this morning. Okay, so let's check our evidence. I reached into my burlap bag. The bag? It's empty. The arrow is missing. Okay, let's not panic. I shouldn't tell the others about the arrow just yet. All that would do is make me the #1 suspect. The arrow? Let me double check what that is. Missing arrow. So someone's stolen stuff from our room. It's not the first time it's happened, to be honest, so that's really suspicious. Check my case notes. 20th December 1285. We've read this before, but it's good to have that. Yeah, add it to your clues. So that is the case notes. A serial murderer with people being shot up. So yeah, we'll leave that there and we'll keep investigating. Let's check the bed just to be extra safe. I could sleep instantly if my head touched that pillow. And there's our bag. How was my backpack opened? I didn't lose anything except the evidence, but it felt strange. Someone's going through our stuff and I don't like it. Okay, let's check out these guys' place. Solar's here. Do you have any information about what happened last night? No, nothing particularly noteworthy. I think the medicine Dr. Thrivy gave me made me a little bit confused. I thought I heard something, but I can't be sure what that was. Never mind, I don't want to lead you astray, detective. Okay, was the medicine you took effective? I'm not sure it was. I fell asleep rather late last night. Okay, can we search? Will you please let us check this drawer? May I check in the drawer, please? Some of the things in there are kind of private, but if you really need to check, I can show it to you. Please do that. So, not super useful. Here's Peter's room. Peter is going to be so upset. So let's check his stuff anyway. Not a whole lot in Peter's drawer. Okay, let's go next door to Heron's room. Heron is a super suspicious dude, but let's talk anyway. Anything you can tell me about Ionis's death? How would I know? I went to sleep, I woke up, and someone died again? Oh god. That probably didn't help his hysteria. No, not useful at all. So can we search his stuff again? Heron's scripture book is in the drawer, and his rosary is on the nightstand. So that's kind of like as usual. So I guess I'll keep moving. Let's try the cellar. How's Vincel doing? The sock in Vincel's mouth has been removed, but he still lacks the strength to yell. Yes. Shall we tell him? Yeah, we should tell him. Ionis? The shark? Then who was the victim? No, Ionis the shark. He's the victim. What is going on? I'm as clueless as you are, buddy. Is that it? He's got nothing to tell us. So, no. Tell us more. Tell us more. Vincel is staring at me from the chair. Down here? I'll choose not to think about what this mug's going to get used for. Okay. Vincel, I think, is basically the only person who's clear at the minute. I've got no idea what is going on or why he was killed. Who's in the hall? These guys. Who should we talk to? Peter. Peter's going to be distraught. Peter was scared out of his mind, shivering at the counter. Peter. I patted him gently. Leave me alone, please. But you're the one who knows the most about Ionis. Doesn't Sazan have any ideas? No, not really. Okay. The only thing I know about him is he's been gambling a lot recently. Yeah, I do the same. He wasn't betting pocket change like you were. He put 50 sates into the game last week. What? Well, I don't know nothing about this. He'd always pay back on time, so no one talked about it. Talked to who? Wow, so he had some gambling debts. I shook Lunix's shoulder to wake him up. Quoi? Oh, what do you need, Monsieur Detective? I'm sorry for the disturbance, but I've got some questions. Oui. Did you hear anything suspicious last night? Yeah, he was supposed to be on watch, so everybody felt safe throughout the night. Oh, nobody came down the stairs, and I heard no noise or fighting. The storm was quite intense last night, and it hasn't stopped until this morning. Did you hear any noise from the ladder upstairs? I don't think so, no. Oh, thanks. There's honestly nothing. There's no evidence. I really don't know. Okay, let's go back upstairs. Okay, here we are. So let's talk. What? About the remains. How's the autopsy going? I'm not finished. Give me a little bit more. Okay. About the medicine? That Valerian stuff you gave out last night. It is safe, right? If you're implying what I think you are, yes, I drank a dose of it myself. About the case. Did you hear anything inside the attic? No, neither Sazan and Zox nor I went downstairs. Otherwise the sound of the ladder would have woken me up. It can't be more obvious that Anzox hadn't gone downstairs. So, okay. Can we look? I'm still checking the body. I'll investigate elsewhere first. With Lunik in the first floor lobby, not much can be found there. But given the first floor a search is still necessary. Theoretically, every room should be checked, especially the doors and the windows. Although not everyone can give useful testimonies, asking everyone is still necessary. Okay, that's something I didn't do. Let's check the windows. This is Elegant's room. So, let's search the window. Nothing interesting. Look at the lock. The window lock is a drop-off lock. Lift the lever upwards, and the other lock lever on the other side of the window will turn outwards, no longer locking its movement. Then either half of the window can be easily swung open. Hit the lock lever down, and it will snap two windows together. The window will be completely locked in that case. I guess that makes sense. And the door? Are all these rooms the same? Let's check out my room. And let's search our window, because our window was open and it shouldn't have been. How could the window be opened? I clearly remember I closed it right before I went to sleep. And there was snow accumulated on the window when I woke up, so it might have been open for a while. Okay, let's look at the lock again. So it's the same lock for all of them, right? So I need to understand how these locks work, but okay. What about my door? The door to this room, it does lock properly, but I'm going to check out all these windows. Nothing interesting about the window in Kane's room. Look out the window. Just outside the window is a narrow ledge that rings the second floor of the tavern. It's only wide enough that one person could walk along it at a time. Sarzan uses it for maintenance, and he keeps his wings spread while he's walking so he can glide down if he falls. Okay, so you can go out of the windows. The glue on the door is wiped away by Sarzan. Okay, let's go next door. Gonna check all these rooms. Map. Herein. Excuse me, I'll come to visit again. Searching. Here. So is it the same? Look at the view. A narrow ledge. Okay. So that's how that seems to work. So, I don't know. Can I look out of my window? What does the view look like outside mine? Let's have a look outside. Just outside the window is a narrow ledge that rings the second floor of the tavern. It's only wide enough that one person could walk along it at a time. I think there's a shadow mark on the snow, on the edge. There is marks. That is suspicious as shit. I do not like that. Okay, let's go. Have these guys got a... Yeah, can I look at your windows? Nothing interesting. Let's have a look. They have not got marks. Okay, I've got to check these windows. Because our window had a mark. Peter won't mind, he's freaking out downstairs. I'm going to check his window as well. Look out the window. No marks. Next room. Ooh, looked out of Sean's window. Just outside the window is a narrow ledge that rings the second floor of the tavern. We know about this. Wait, the ledge? The ledge outside of Sean's room seems to be broken. So that's interesting. Someone broke the ledge. That is interesting. Okay. Let's check. I think I've checked all the rooms otherwise. Let's check Elegant's room. Open up these windows. I've got to check for markings. Yeah, look at this. Seems like there's a slight imprint on the ledge. It's hard to identify. That is definite footprints. So maybe if I go in Vincel's room... Can I search? You'll let me search, right? Here we go. Seems there's a water stain. Here we go. Look, look. Imprint on the ledge. Yeah, I don't like that shit. I do not like that shit. It's tight shut, but yeah, water stain on the windowsill. Okay, so there's definitely some person's been walking around outside. Hopefully they won't try and frame me again. Can I now search here, please? I'm still checking. Come to think of it, Sarzan fell on the stairs in the morning. Maybe I'll go have a look and see if there's something there. I just hope the stairs survived the impact. Yeah, Sarzan is a big dude. Let's go down into the hall. Now we can search the stairs. He did say he slipped. A wooden spiral staircase. He tumbled here and the carpet's damp. So something's gone on with the snow. Maybe through Vincel's window, because there was water in there and it slipped and went down. It kind of melted or something. But Lunik should have spotted that, you'd think. I'm not sure. Can we search, please? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's talk to Thrivy, and maybe we can get a bit more about the autopsy. Is the autopsy done? I just finished. Would you care to take a look? Yes, please. Okay. So let's search. So we got the window here. The window in Ines' room is wide open. Snow has piled on the windowsill. Let's look at the lock. Must be the same as all the others, right? The window lock is a drop-off lock. Lift the lever upward, and the other lock lever on the other side of the window will turn outwards, no longer blocking its movement. Then either half of the window can be easily swung open. I know I've read this before, but I just want to remind myself. Hit the lock lever down, and it will snap two windows together. The window will be completely locked in that case. Okay, so let's check the view. Look out. More footprints. Just outside the window is a narrow ledge. Seems like there's a slight imprint on the ledge, similar to the other ones found earlier. They look like footprints. If we sort these footprints from deepest to shallowest, the deepest footprints were outside of Vincel's room. Then there were footprints outside Elegant's room. The third set is outside Ionis's room. And then footprints outside of my room were the shallowest ones. We'll keep searching. This artwork is not ready to be looked at. But down here, Ionis's clothes. His key is still in the bag, however the wallet was empty. A belt made from hemp rope was pulled out and set aside. That's his stuff. So his money was gone, even though we gave him all that money before. His candle is out. Okay, the door. Door was shut. So let's check his body. This guy, he dead. Okay, what? Oh, don't click there. So if he just pulled up the sheet to cover Ionis's groin, but he pulled it down when he checked the body. Okay, gotta be thorough, I suppose. What is this? That's the arrow. An arrow is stuck into his chest. That was stolen from my room. Specifically, the arrow I lost. The arrow is sunk deep into his chest, with only the stick on the outside, but there's not a lot of blood. The arrow went through the pleura of the lung, making it quite a deep wound. Anyway, I don't want to have anything to do with this arrow now. Okay. Not good at all. Ionis's eyes are wide open. His mouth is gaping open too, like he's trying to say something. It seems like the shallower steps, which means that the snow would have filled in, right? So someone's grabbed the arrow from my room, they've shuffled right along outside, got through this window, stabbed them, but there's no footprints here. I'm confused. I really don't know. But I think we're going to have to continue this mystery in the next episode. We need a little bit more evidence and then we can start having a trial and try and work out exactly what's gone on, because I am so confused right now. Bad things have happened. People are constantly trying to frame us. Oh, can we check these windows? I haven't done this. Circular skylight light comes through. No, nothing here. Any more windows? Not really. So it's kind of clear upstairs. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to come back and try and work this out. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.